Welcome back. You haven't been on YouTube for a very long time.
I haven't, but I'm glad to be here.
You're glad that I'm forcing you to be here.
I'm glad you're forcing me to be here.
The people want to know who you are. Because
Okay.
the people don't know who you are anymore
Right.
since you've been off the internet for a long time.
My flop era?
Yeah, you were in your flop era, now you're not.
Okay.
So I put on Instagram that people want to ask the doctor whatever questions you have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Got it.
I have a little list that
Okay.
I've compiled.
Go ahead. Ask away. I'm
Well,
an open book.
First, tell the people who you are. Who are you, Dr. Miami?
My name is Michael. They call me Dr. Miami.
If you do the intro,
I'm a plastic surgeon, and I make people feel better about their bodies. I'm 50 years old. I was born in New York, and now I live in Miami.
this was the most boring intro ever. I feel like I just watched the Snapchat intro.
What do you want to? What do you want to know?
What keeps you up at
Tell
night?
me. What do you
What
want?
keeps you?
What keeps me up at night? There's only one thing I worry about, and that's my patients. That's honestly the only thing. That's the only thing that keeps you up at night, for real. Because
Climate
that's my
change?
life. No, patients. That's it.
Okay.
Climate change is a you problem.
Oh. You have 5 kids. Okay. Whatever.
That's a them problem.
Oh.
That's not a me problem.
Oop. He's a good dad. Anyway.
I'm a good dad, but I've got one foot out the door. You know what I mean? It's true.
Okay. Anyway.
It's like I'm not gonna order for everybody at the meal if I'm leaving the restaurant. You order.
Interesting. Okay. First question. Do you have hair underneath the cap?
I do. I have more of a. I have hair around a very large and expanding bald spot,
Okay.
and I just put a bigger and bigger yarmulke on every year to kind of hide it. So I've got hair around the. I've got hair, around the expanding.
This is a Dr. Miami exclusive. Nobody has ever seen his hair.
I don't. What are you talking about? I just I don't really so much get a haircut as just like a bald spot reframing.
Where would you go for a zombie apocalypse?
Argentina.
It's true. This guy loves Argentina,
Oh.
but I feel like you saying that is now Argentina won't be viable because everyone's gonna go there.
Yeah, I love Patagonia. What? That's where I would go. 90% of humanity lives in the northern hemisphere. So if you're down south in Patagonia, you're well away from most of the zombies.
But the global south might be okay against zombies.
Yeah, for sure.
But eventually the climate's gonna get them.
No, because it's always it's the coldest place. It's you can almost touch Antarctica. So even if everything else gets warm, that's probably gonna be temperate.
Okay, longest surgery you've ever done.
18 hours.
What? This plastic surgery or?
It was plastic surgery, but it was during my residency, and it was a very complicated reconstructive cancer facial reconstruction with 3 flaps and things like that. 18 hours.
It was just you?
No, it wasn't just me. No, it's a team of surgeons, and yes, I left to pee.
Did you wash your hands?
Of course, we always wash our hands before we go into surgery.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. As a plastic surgeon, do you ever tell people no, that it's not the best decision for them?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes, I say no, is the point. I say no a lot. I say no a lot. And I've gone over this a few times over the years, okay? I say no a lot. Medical reasons, psychological reasons, just physical reasons, that where I can't help them. But mainly it's patients who, for whatever reason, have some, they see things out of proportion to what we all see when we look at them. So there's a condition called body dysmorphia, where patients feel like their ears are too big, or their nose is too big, or their breasts are too small, or something, but when you look at them, they're completely normal. And that, unfortunately, is a condition that many people have. So that cannot be treated with plastic surgery, but plastic surgeons do see those patients when they come in asking for things that are not appropriate. And then sometimes people have unrealistic expectations, I want to look like a cartoon character, or can you copy and paste, whatever, somebody's face onto me or somebody's butt onto me, and that can't happen. And so if people can't get on the same page as me as far as expectations go, then I can't be their surgeon. So, and then if you have medical problems, diabetes, if you're a smoker, if you, have a heart condition, things that make you unsuitable for elective surgery, I have to say no. But I prefer to say yes.
But you don't say yes.
No, I say no when it's appropriate, and I say yes when it's appropriate.
Guys, the other day he turned me down for surgery because I was showing him pictures of areolas. And I was being super picky about them. I'm like, these areolas are not good.
You are a terrible candidate for plastic surgery. You would be a horrible patient.
I just think that...
I'm just telling you that.
Plastic surgery is a bad candidate for me.
Right, exactly. That's a good point. You're right. So we are limited by the science of the profession and the skills of the surgeon. And, there's no way that, I wish that plastic surgery would progress to the point where we don't leave scars when we do things, but that's just not possible now. So if you say do this, but don't give me any scars, I can't help you. But maybe in 20 or 30 years, there'll be technology that can do that, and then plastic surgery would have reached a level that you are comfortable with.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed because why is Elon Musk taking us to Mars?
I agree, 100%. We have cellulite, we have stretch marks, we have other problems here that we have absolutely no solution for.
Right.
I know, I hear you. I would love to be alive in 50 years when they figure out a way to do surgery without scars, because then plastic surgery will get hella interesting. Can you imagine I could just directly cut your nose right down the middle, or your face, or whatever, and then do what I need to do, and then just put it back, and they'd be like no scars.
I feel like at the point
how easy would that be?
When it gets to that point, though, it's not going to be real people doing it.
What do you mean? Be robots doing it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, that's cool. Even better.
Yeah.
I can sit by the pool.
I think by then, I actually really will need a boob job, so it'll be perfect, timing wise.
Right.
I'll be 40, maybe some kids. In 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think the science is going to get there in 20 years.
You don't think so?
I think it's further out, yeah. Because Elon Musk is busy sending rocket ships to Mars.
But hold on. iPhone was invented in 2007, and we're already on the iPhone 16.
I know. You're right. But,
In
but honestly,
15 years.
But iPhone 1 to iPhone 16 is not the same as, scars to no scars.
Yeah, well,
I feel like that. I feel like there's a bigger exactly. I feel like there's a bigger leap in the scars to no scars. It's not just a question of your phone is faster, your phone has more memory, your phone is better camera. This is a complete paradigm shift to go from being able to cut and heal without knowing anything happened.
They just need to cut from the inside.
Good point.
He gets so mad when I give medical advice.
No.
When I start having medical hypotheses.
No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
He's right.
No, it's good to see you thinking, and I'm good to see. And if more people thought about the problem, we'd have a solution. So it's a start. Good for you.
It's good to see you specifically think. Never seen that happen.
No, you think a lot. Just not about science.
Okay, that's so true.
Yeah.
What made you decide to be a plastic surgeon?
So, I knew I wanted to be a surgeon when I was a little kid. I wanted to be a doctor. I watched MASH and other TV shows with surgeons. I thought that was a very cool job. So, I knew I was heading into medicine. But what really speaks to my soul about plastic surgery is that how far back do you want me to go?
How
far back do you want me to go? I'm a middle child of 4 siblings.
How are you a middle child of 4?
I'm the second, so I'm one of the
middle
meat
children.
in the sandwich there. Me and my younger sister, we're the meat in the sandwich, and I was kind of the ugly duckling of the family. I had a nose that was too big for my face by conventional beauty standards. I had buck teeth. I was just a funny looking kid, and my siblings were very attractive, like in commercials and things like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They were in commercials?
Like in commercials, like cute as a button. And I remember even one time my mother taking us to audition for a commercial for Pearl Vision glasses. And we waited all day long. I mean, all day. It was like hundreds of kids lined up outdoors to get to the audition. And when they got to the front, she like pushed them all in. But like me, was like, oh yeah, that one.
Trauma.
There's a lot of deep scarring there. Anyway, the point is that
is so cool. I wish I had a mom that wanted me to do commercials.
Yeah, no, you don't. Anyway, the point is that I was insecure. I was insecure about my looks and so forth. So when I discovered plastic surgery, and it wasn't until I was in my late teens, like 18, 19, that I even met a plastic surgeon and knew that was like a thing. It really spoke to me on a very like deep psychological, whatever you want to call it, trauma level. The fact that you can take people and make them feel better about the way they look, whether it's somebody whose ears stick out or their nose is too big. I had plastic surgery myself. I had a rhinoplasty and a chin implant. I know you're like, but you're not that good. Well, this is the best version of me, okay? That is the point of plastic surgery, is that to make yourself the best version of you. And even the idea that we have control over that now, I think is a miracle. Like to be alive in these times to me, is amazing, because for all of recorded humanity, if you were born with a big nose or big ears or whatever, you looked a certain way, there was nothing you could do about it. It was like, live with it.
That's true.
And now, anyway, so the point is that really inspired me. And so that's why I went into plastic surgery. And so it's one of the reasons why rhinoplasty is like one of my like favorite operations, if not my favorite operation, because it's like a personal thing.
Well,
it hits differently.
You stole one of the questions.
What was that?
What is your favorite surgery?
My favorite surgery is rhinoplasty. But it was rhinoplasty. But I was teased mercilessly as a kid for my nose, so I kind of, And the best part about it is to like see compliments, and people are like, "Oh, I wish I had your nose." Like to have something that you're insecure about, and then flip it around to the point where like it becomes something you're proud of. It's like it's a big deal. Just imagine if someone said, "Santina,
don't
wish,
no, don't do it right now. Don't say what you're about to say." He's about to pick like the one insecurity I have.
But I'm just saying. But you can understand. Like, imagine that. I mean.
But say what you're gonna say.
If someone came up and said, "I wish I had Santina's arms," they were so. I imagine tears would come down. Because they do for me. Like I even remember after I got my own plastic surgery, like looking in the mirror, like looking in the like car mirror. I'm driving, and I'm like, "Who's that?" But not like like you're so good looking. It's just like you're like, "Oh my God, it actually worked." Like it worked.
Yeah.
What?
You lost me after you.
I was trying to get you to understand.
No, I get it.
And I think a lot of people
the
can.
Other day,
I think a lot of people can. Look, it's a rare person that has no insecurities. Like none. About how they look or how they appear to other people. It's a very rare thing. Okay? And God bless them if they do. It's you. Okay. God bless them if they do, but most human beings have some insecurities. And these things, they're not, I think it's just part of the human condition. I don't think it's like, the media or Disney movies. I think it's just how people are. We want attention. We want appreciation. We want to be loved. We want acceptance and all that stuff. And, we want to be the best us. And if we feel like there's a part of us that's not as good as it can be, we want to make it better. It's the reason people go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's the reason people wear, clothes. And not just sweatpants every day, like me. Most people, they care about how they look to some degree. I cherish the stories that my patients have told me about the things they do after they feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
Whether it's going on to get married or have kids, or even something simple as like, I tell this story, I think I told this story at one of the colleges I visited. There was a lady that I did a face-up on many years ago, and a few months after the surgery, she came in and she said, "I was at a supermarket and I I was walking down the aisle and a man looked at me and he smiled in that way. And then she turned her cart around the aisle and she started crying. She's like, it's been so many years since a man looked at me like that. And it just, it got to me. But there's lots of those. There's like, husbands and wives and girlfriends and boyfriends and people who are like very shy. And then after surgery, they come out of they like blossom, And I've been doing it long enough that I can see the results 10 years later, 15 years later, 20 years later.
That's very beautiful.
It keeps me going, okay?
She ain't like her titties, fucking get her new boobs. We went to Miami just to meet Dr. Miami.